Hey, and welcome to Fit Me Turo Fitness Podcast, a podcast for people who want to get no BS information about fitness and know that fitness is about so much more than losing scale weight. It's about feeling confident in your skin and empowered in your life. I'm your host, Turo Virta, personal trainer, strength and nutrition coach, and most of all, a husband of my beautiful wife, Miriam. Each week, my guests and me will give you some no BS fitness tips and motivate you to take action in your own personal fitness journey as we talk about nutrition, exercise, mindset, personal development, and executing in life with enjoyable but still effective strategies. If your goal is to look better, feel and be strong and experience transformation from inside out, you, my friend, are in the right place. Thank you for jumping in, and now let's jump into today's episode. Hey, and welcome back to the podcast. And if you are listening this in January, I want to start by saying this. If you already feel like you are behind, if January didn't start the way you imagined, if some of your big goals already feel heavy, you are not broken. And you definitely didn't fail, because this episode is for you. And I want to talk today about why January goals fail so often. And I want to use alcohol as a main example, because interestingly, my most downloaded episode recently was about alcohol and health. And that tells me something. People are not stupid. They are curious. They feel that something is off, but they also feel stuck between I know this affects me and I don't want extreme rules. This episode is not about quitting alcohol forever. This is not about dry January, and it's definitely not about shame. It's about why we set goals that don't survive in a real life and how to fix that. So, January is often part where the truth shows up, because what I see that January often it's a lot quieter. Like obviously in not every person, like in my case, December is more quiet month for several reasons, and January is when things are getting busier, because often December, for most of the people, December is loud. There are parties, there is a family, there is food everywhere, there is alcohol everywhere, and January removes the noise. And when the noise is gone, patterns become visible. All of the sudden, your sleep feels worse, your energy is low, your motivation drops, weight doesn't move, routines feel harder, and alcohol didn't suddenly become a problem in January. January just shows the truth more clearly. And this is where many people panic and think, I need to be stricter, I need to do more, I need to cut everything out. And that's usually where things go wrong. And that is a pattern I have been. This is now, it's exactly 10 years ago. Officially, when I started, I have been doing this a bit longer, but I started my business 10 years ago. And in the beginning, like the best example was like, it was a bit more than 10 years ago when I started in December, and I started with doing group workouts. And after, was it my first or second year, or one of my first years anyways, it was we started courses, and usually I run 3 courses per year for in-person group workouts, and there is one course starts in January, next one is in May, and the third one is in September. And it was always like, especially that September course, and there were a lot of people in September, October. Then step by step it got a bit less, and in January there were not many people anymore. And for the first year, I was in panic. I thought that what I'm doing so wrong, that let's say an example that we had 12 people attending in September, and in December we were 3-4 people, and I was like, that pattern was in all courses. And I was thinking that what I'm doing so wrong, that nobody wants to come anymore. And then January comes, people are attending again, and pattern follows year by year. And now I know I'm extremely grateful for my groups. Last year, 2025, we had last workouts before Christmas, over 25, 30 people attending workouts still just before Christmas. And it's still a bit less than it was in September. It was not the best numbers, but it shows just that consistency. Maybe I have been able to improve the ways how I coach people, but also it's a pattern that for most people they don't show up. Life gets busier, and people don't show up as much, and then most of the people, so many people think that now January is a time to start. I need to do more. I need to be stricter. I'm cutting everything out, and today we are talking about that. So why then those most goals are too big? And because I want to be honest with you, most people I know, and I have worked with, or if I talk with just the people who are not even working with the coach, just the regular people, and they goals are sounding like that. I will stop drinking. I will be healthy. I will lose weight. I will get my life back on track. But if you are really thinking, those are all not goals. They are wishes, and they are often too big, and they are too vague. And I want to use alcohol as an example, because if you are telling to yourself that I will stop drinking, what does that actually mean? Are you stopping drinking on weekends? Are you stopping at birthdays? On a stressful Tuesday night? On vacation? Forever? So when a goal has no clear shape, your brain can't follow it. And when real life shows up, stress, maybe you are tired, maybe you have some emotions, the goal is going to collapse. Not because you are weak, but because your goal was poorly designed. And that is pattern what I see again and again, and that is all or nothing thinking, and that is killing your progress. Because someone, maybe even you, if you are listening this in January, you are starting January strong. You are drinking no alcohol, you are eating clean, you are motivated, and then in one evening you are drinking for some reason glass of wine, maybe one beer, or maybe you had a dinner with friends, and immediately your thoughts are appearing, well, I already messed up. And that is the moment of danger. Not the drink, but the story. Because one drink turns into, I failed. So what's the point? I will start again next Monday. And this is all or nothing thinking. And it kills progress faster than alcohol ever could. One glass is not a failure. Quitting the plan is. And let me say that again. One imperfect choice doesn't erase all the good decisions you made. So I wanna use a little example of alcohol. Why that is the perfect example, because the alcohol is not just a substance. It's emotional. It's social. It's connected to stress, reward, and connection, and that's why extreme rules don't work well here. If your plan feels like a punishment, your brain will rebel. So and if your plan removes all joy without replacing it, it won't last. And because alcohol shows something very important. Health is not just about information, it's about behavior. And behavior always has emotions underneath. That's why just quit rarely works in long term. So what what alcohol then actually affects. And I want to keep this very simple. So what I see with my clients again and again is not extreme damage. it's small effects that add up. Alcohol is affecting your sleep quality, even in a small amounts. You might not feel it. Most people don't feel it or don't want to believe it because they think that they want to justify. And trust me, I have been that person before. You are talking yourself out of it because you are telling that I sleep better. Yes, it's true. You might fall asleep faster than usually, but your sleep quantity is not the same than sleep quality. If you ever tracked your sleep, your heart rate variability, which tells how well you are recovering, not only workouts, but stress, what is going on in life, your heart rate average, those all quality markers are going to be a lot worse than even one glass is affecting those. And if you have never tracked your sleep, I highly recommend doing it. So you learn. It's not about that you know that okay, this is going to ruin everything, so now it doesn't matter. But you learn to know from your patterns, and that is what alcohol also affects. Like I said, it's recovery from training. It affects hunger and cravings the next day. It affects to your mood, your patience, your motivation. And many people are saying, but I eat well. Yes. But if your sleep is poor and recovery is low, fat loss is going to stall. Whatever you do, maybe it works a bit, but in the long term, it's going to be very, very difficult. Your energy is going to drop, and most of the people are blaming themselves. Alcohol is often not the main problem, but it's kind of invisible break. And I wanna give you a little questions to ask yourself, better questions to ask yourself. Instead of asking yourself, should I quit alcohol? The better question is that what role does alcohol play in my life right now? For some people, it is a stress relief, a reward, habit, a social glue. And there is no right or wrong answer here because because we are all different. We use it for different reasons. And if you really think like you have to find your reason, what what is the role, why you are doing it? It's for most people, it's one of those reasons: stress relief, reward, habit, or social glue. And once you become aware why, what kind of role does it play, what kind of hole it's filling in your life, that awareness is going to change everything. When you know why you drink, you can make better choices without extremes. So this is I wanna go through little strategies and how to shrink the goal until it feels easy. Because if you do something what feels hard, it's not matter of if you follow through, it's matter of time before you quit. So it is honest truth. You might feel offended, but if you have ever tried that, you know yourself, like that you enjoy drinking alcohol, and you tell yourself that I'm going to quit alcohol. And trust me, I told that to myself so many times earlier that never ever again. Huge hangover on next day, and not only one day, a couple of days, maybe even almost a week. And I said that I don't want this anymore. I quit drinking. Maybe if you know it might be for some people that it's one decision, and it's after that they never drink. But often it's not going to be. It's not going to be because it's hard, and at that point it's not going to work. So instead of telling that no alcohol, maybe you could try no alcohol from Monday to Thursday, and drink only when it's planned, not automatic, because many people I work with and talk with from my friends, it's kind of habit that it's every evening, not much, maybe 1, 2 glasses, but that is a habit. Maybe you could try drinking one drink less than usually. Maybe you are going to slow down the first drink, because those goals, they feel almost too easy. And that's the point. Because small goals, they are reducing pressure you put to yourself. And because pressure kills consistency, and consistency creates results. And the same rule applies to training, food, sleep, because big promises impress and small habits transform. And this is if I think this rule, what we have, I have used it for myself. It was the training part was the same thing. It was I I said that I was an athlete. I told myself that if I can't make, let's say, 45 minute or 1 hour workout, what is the point of doing 15 minutes? And soon as I changed my goal only to get started, it feels ridiculously small for someone who knows that you won't get results for doing 5 minute workout or 10 minute workout. But that is not the point to have the most optimal first workout, because I know that you are not going to get the best possible transformation of working out 2 times per week for 5 minutes. But what changes when you follow through whatever plan you have, you feel confident, you feel happy about yourself that you got only started with training. So, and then when you stay consistent, it's so much, because life is full of seasons. At some seasons, it's going to be harder. Some seasons, it's going to be easier to follow through. But soon as you start to stay consistent and do that, and for a year, for 2, 3 years, 5 years, let's talk about if you are able to do it for a decade, it's going to change everything, because those results, they are created through consistency, not perfect month two. And it's same rule applies to food, your sleep, and those small habits, what you do consistently, they make the difference. So what is then your success, how it should look like in January? And this is very important. January success is not perfect eating. It's not fast weight loss. It's not zero alcohol. It's not never messing up. January success is looking like noticing patterns, learning what's hard, staying in the game, and not quitting after a bad day. So think of January like practice, not the exam. So you are not here to prove anything. You are here to understand yourself better. So this is, if you are able to uh, get this, to learn yourself from your patterns, learning what is hard, staying in a game, even it's going to feel hard or it's not going to be easy, and to not quitting. You are going to thinking like a practice. Like if you, let's say you want to do some extremely difficult exercise, if you expect yourself doing it for the first time perfectly. No, you know that you need to practice. It takes effort, it takes failure, and you learn from patterns. But if you quit after first time, you try something new, it's not realistic to be able to learn it. Either you might be quitting, or you quit right away, or you are improving. Like if you look small kids, if they try to learn for a walk, that I don't know any child who were able to just one day came and got up and walked and run perfectly. No, it takes many falls, But once you practice, you don't give up. You are going to learn, and then it feels easier. At some point, it will be automatic that you don't even think about it anymore. But in the beginning, everything is hard. It's like a practice. It's not the exam where you have to have everything correctly. And this is not just about alcohol. Alcohol is just the mirror. So the same mistakes happen with workouts, diets, sleep routines. Your goals are too big, they are too strict, and you try to be too fast. And then what happens is that one day you throw everything away. But in a health, it doesn't work like that. So that is the hardest part to understand. But think your January as a practice, and do not give up. If you feel that your goals, what you set for yourself in the beginning of the year, like many people do, they feel that now it's too hard. Maybe it's time to adjust your goals. Talk yourself with more kindness, and you will, I promise you, when it feels almost too easy, but you are following through, you will be a lot more consistent. You will feel better about yourself. You are going to boost your confidence, and as a result, follows will follow up. And I promise you, you have to just trust the process and keep going. So let me leave you with this. If January feels messy, you didn't fail. Your goal was just too big. Make it smaller. Make it more simple. Make it boring. Make it doable. Stay consistent. Stay curious. And keep going. That's how real change happens. And if this episode helped you, share it with someone who might need it. And if you want support with this, not extremes, not rules, you know where to find me. Thank you so much for listening, and talk to you soon.
Hold up, friend. Do you love Fit Me Turo Fitness podcast? If so, the best way to say thank you is to subscribe to the podcast and leave a review on iTunes. I know every podcaster wants you to leave a review, but it's because those reviews help the podcast to reach more people. I truly want to know what you think, and if this particular episode resonated with you, would you also please share it? Either send a link to someone who you think will find it valuable, or take a screenshot and post it into your social media and tell your friends and family why they should listen it. Make sure you tag me so I can hear your feedback and give you a little love. And if you aren't already following me on Instagram or TikTok, that's the perfect time to hit that follow button. Thank you for being here and listening to Fit Me Turo Fitness podcast.